Hello loves, welcome back to TigeraGitana. Today we're going to do a really quick Patreon voted video. They voted on 2 videos and I'm going to be doing both of them. So stay tuned for the next one if you are curious to what that one's going to be. It's like a whole plane going by making hella noise. Anyway, so this video is gonna be focused on 3 small habits that you can do to heal yourself, okay? And these are very, very casual, nuanced things that you can do that are very much good to incorporate here and there, just to kind of alleviate some of the energies, you know, that we might have on us, or even allowing us to process things or mentally just kind of shift, okay? And so the first one is going to be eating slowly, okay? And this one I know sounds like, wait, what? But if you take your time when you're eating to actually taste what you're eating, to taste the food, especially if it's not processed food, and if you're cooking it yourself, or you know, your parents or something like that, or you know, it's a restaurant that you know makes things fresh or whatever it is, just eating like one bite at a time, taking time to kind of just taste everything, for your taste buds to be activated, for you to kind of almost have like a mindful moment with your food. It helps a lot when it comes to grounding and when it comes to recharging yourself, especially when you take a moment to reflect on how you're eating, how you are consuming, because we consume a lot of different things throughout, you know, the day, right? We consume from TV, from interactions, from, you know, social media, from, you know, connecting with family, from spirit. Okay, we're always kind of in this thing, but it's so important for us to kind of take moments to slow things down, okay? Make food, make eating like a little bit more of a ritual, something that you are consuming to bring you energy, but is also grounding you. It's also like all of the different tastes are, you know, adding something to your energy, especially if it's something that has spices. And like, let's say that you were doing a spell that you're trying to, you know, get motivated, or you're trying to, like, I don't know, do a health spell, or like a weight loss spell, or like something that, you know, focuses on, you know, motivating yourself, or a road opening spell, and you're just kind of like, you know, you've just been very casual. Taking a moment to just eat slowly with your food, oh my god, especially with, you know, those that have spices. Because think about it, we use spices, we use different things, different herbs that have that, you know, that element of fire in there to kind of like spice things up, to fire things up, right? So then when we add it to our food, we are ingesting it, okay? Our body is not only absorbing that like fieriness, but it has energetic components as well. So it's important for us to just be mindful, and even while you're eating, okay, just visualize, eat, fuel yourself, visualize what is ask yourself, what is the you know, you being full, what is this food that you're feeding, what are you going to do with the energy that you get from it, okay? What are you going to do with the energy? You're recharged now, so what are you going to do? What are you going to spend your energy on? And actually take that time to kind of build a little bit more of a relationship with your food. That can be so healing, especially for those who have a lot of trouble grounding. This is a great thing to do for those who are more like, have more water in their chart, or even air in their chart, because I know, or even fire in their chart, because I know there's like the people who don't have a lot of water or earth in their chart have a hard time grounding naturally. They just have a harder time grounding, and it can be a little bit tough. So if you wanted to reconnect or even connect with the different elements, you can do this with different types of, you know, foods, different types of spices, different types of herbs. When you're cooking, the things that you're adding to your food to add flavor, to add layers, all of these kind of things, see it as like you are, you know, actively cooking something up. And when you're eating it, let that be the second part, because I do feel like when people are like, you know, kitchen witches and all this stuff, and cooking in the kitchen and doing all that stuff, a lot of the time I feel like people forget, like they're just trying to cook really bomb recipes, which is awesome, right? But then they forget the second part, and that is consumption. That is you consuming that which you have just created with all of this beautiful, you know, juju and intention and stuff. And now it is like time for you to consume that, but you know, it's just kind of like, like, easy. Slow it down, take it easy, connect, think about, just let yourself kind of just think, like, just, you know, pay attention to those thoughts that come through, or even be intentful with it. It's just such a healing thing to do that will gradually, if you do this consistently, not only will give you more grounding, but it will give you more, you'll be able to tap into your energy like this. Okay, now number 2, take 5 deep breaths anytime that you're around any tree. Okay, this is a habit that I've gotten, you know, used to doing, especially when I'm walking my dog. This is when I tend to do it the most. I allow myself to just kind of ground with the nearby trees, and I will just take 5 deep breaths of just, and it's just become such a routine that it almost, it makes me feel like I'm just kind of flowing with the breeze. It makes me feel very, very light. It makes me feel very, very connected to the elements when I'm outside, when I'm walking my dog and everything like that. And so it's become such a very helpful practice to just take a couple breaths and just, okay. It reminds me of being in the islands, to be honest. I think I get this from my grandma specifically, because when I grew up with her for half of my childhood in DR, and literally when I was there, she would always do this thing at a specific time during the day. She would get the chair, she would lean it up against the wall, and then she would just sit outside. She would sit on it, she was like leaning back like a little like gangsta. And then she would just, you know, she would just be breathing. She would just breathe, and you will feel the winds, like, you know, flowing really, really nice. Granted, you know, the Caribbean islands get hot, but like at night, it does get like that nice, like that nice, like subtle, like breeze. And I would just take a chair and I would sit next to her, and I would just kind of, and there was a tree specifically that was, she had a couple of trees that were in her backyard, and we would just kind of like breathe. And it's just become a habit that I have used since I was a little girl, to ground, to relax, to kind of connect. The trees themselves, they have spirits, y'all. So nature spirits and working with trees are some of the easiest kind of groundings that you can do. And always, you should know, you feel called to, like, leave an offering, pour some water, or even clean up in the area as well. Like if you need to pick something up and kind of move it or something like that, 1000% do so. But it's just such a beautiful kind of, you know, moment to just connect with nature, especially if you live in a city or in a chaotic place. If you find a tree nearby, just 5 deep breaths in will do so much for your spirit, for your energy, for your mind specifically. I find that it clears my head very well, but not in a way where I'm just like trying to silence myself or anything, just kind of like peace, like that moment of peace. That's what it reminds me of my grandma. So yeah, that is my second one. Okay, now my third one. So for my third one is actually humming. And I know that's something that might sound a little bit like, but I actually like humming as a healing practice, like a very subtle healing practice, especially when I'm cooking. I find that, you know, I like to sing when I cook, but I also have roommates, so sometimes I like to hum the words instead and say the words in my head while I'm, you know, cooking and, you know, doing some spell work in the kitchen and stuff, and like, you know, blessing my food. But I've been getting into the habit of humming when I'm around other people. This works really well if you're like in the city area and you have people around you who will be all up in your damn business. Humming is just something that, you know, people won't figure it out because you're just like not putting words to it. But when you're humming, like when you're just humming, you can feel the vibration of it like moving through your body. And I have found that it has made like the energy itself, the pulsating energy about it, it has brought so much healing to my spirit. Just to kind of take moments and just kind of like just the vibrations, like actually using my own voice and tapping into that vibration without having to speak and like have people all up in my business has been so healing for me. And this one is like something that's just really, really, really subtle, and that needs to just, but you have to go into it very easily, very gently, very like, you know, you gotta just kind of flow with it. I have always, like my grandma used to sing when she cooked, so I kind of got used to that as well. So it's like there's just like these small little practices that seem very peculiar, but they bring so much healing to the spirit when you actually break down what it's doing, what the vibration is doing. Like humming actually clears your throat chakra. It clears up any, like, you know, because the vibration of it as you're doing it, it's just like it shakes everything out of there. So it's something that I've been doing for a while now to just kind of remove and just kind of keep y'all, because you know my moon is a Gemini. I am quick to like so I like to kind of hum to just process my thoughts and actually put some rhythm to it. It's just really, really healing. It taps into not only mercurial energy but also Piscean energy, because you're tapping into like more of a musical element with that. But it's just, I'm telling you, even if you try just humming for a week while you're cooking, while you're taking a shower, or even, well, you can sing when you're in the shower, but like when you're taking a shower, when you're around people, when you're, I don't know, you're in the car with someone or something, you're at work and you're just like, like even just a melody, or even if it's like a meditation you remember, or you know, a song that happens to be very, or like even drums or something that you hear that's just like like you, it just, it's that, it connects to that energy, that that thing that we do when we eat, where you're just like and it feels good, right? That's the energy that comes through, that clears up when we hum. So yeah, those are my 3. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you guys do these. Let me know if they, you know, work for you. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for all of the new subscribers. By the way, we hit 10,000. I know I haven't mentioned the video because we talked about it in the live, but we hit 10,000, y'all. Thank you so much for all the love, all the support. We're gonna continue to grow. I have some ancestor meditations that I'm going to be uploading soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm working on it, so stay tuned for that, because that meditation is going to be really dope. And I'm going to try to do a meditation, ancestor meditation series that's going to be like boop, 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 so that, you know, we can start doing more work. Okay. Anyway, do not forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Patreon below, because they did vote for this video for this week. And thank you to my patrons for voting for this one. It was definitely a fun one to put together. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next video.